Good afternoon, everyone. We've got a beautiful day. I'm Casey's Uncle Walt. I'd like to welcome all of you here. And please just remind everyone, no photography and no cell phones. Turn those cell phones off. Thank you.
Don't do it, you gotta go out. All right. Good luck.
Who gives this woman away? Are you sure, Jeannie?
Yes.
Okay. Are you positive? Okay. Please be seated, everyone. Well, you guys look totally amazing. Just amazing. The day's finally here. On behalf of Casey and Stephen and the entire Pennella and Antenucci families, I want to welcome everyone to Casey and Stephen's very special marriage. Casey and Stephen, take a moment to take a good look around. Because these are the people that love you, they support you, they've been with you your whole life, they've sacrificed for you, many of them. So soak in this moment and just take it in, because you only get to live this one once. And I want you to enjoy it for a moment. You got a good snapshot now? Okay, all right. Again, thank you everyone for being here. I'm Casey's Uncle Walt, and thank you both for asking me to, it's an honor to be here up with you here today. This day has been a long time coming. We all know what we've been through for the last year and a half. We don't have to talk about it. But Casey and Steve, they did a good, I think they did a good thing for all of us, putting this off 1 year. But as Big Steve told me the other day, it's time to get her done. It's time to get her done. But I think I owe it to Casey and Steve to be fairly brief today. But there are some things that we need to talk about in addition to the exchanging of vows. When Casey walked down the aisle just a moment ago, everyone here needs to know it was the song from Beauty and the Beast, Tale as Old as Time. When Casey was just a little one, and her sisters Jamie and Lindsay went to see Beauty and the Beast, they went with their mom and dad. Jeannie told me that Bill, who thought of everything always, had these little booster seats for these little ones so they could get a really good peek at the stage. So that song, to the sisters and the dad and their whole family, has always had very special meaning. So Tale as Old as Time, Beauties and the Beast, they were always, the Pennella girls were always the beauties to their dad. And he was always the Beast, right? He was the Beast. He signed their cards. The Beast. That's what I heard. So I think it's really a special time. It's a special time for me to be up here with you. It's a special time for you. We know that Bill is with us today in spirit. We know that. And we know that all of the Pennellas and the Antenuccis who are no longer with us, we honor them each for what they've meant to the families and what they've meant to each of you, and Casey, what they've meant to you and Stephen throughout their lives. So we can just take a brief moment and remember each of them here today. Okay. Now I'd like to share just a little bit of Casey and Steve's story that they shared with me. Some of it I knew, some of it I didn't. Casey had just graduated from UConn and headed off to Pat and Ryan Rossamondo's beach house in Newport to celebrate with Lindsay and Jamie and some friends. You guys are here, right? The Rossamondos are here. Of course,
right
of course. All right. Little did Casey know that she would be greeted that day by someone she had never met before. He stuck out his hand. He was a recent graduate of Villanova, like Casey's dad. And this young man stuck out his hand and introduced himself and said, "Hi, first and last name. I'm Stephen Antenucci." Proud Antenucci, proud of his family, proud of the name. And that meant something to Casey. But Casey actually said, "You know what? Antenucci, that rings a bell." And Casey went to school, played soccer with an Emily Antenucci. Emily, were you a goalie? Yeah. Okay, all right. So anyway, with all that, she didn't know that that Emily even had a brother. But in fact, Casey, yes, she did have a brother. So God works in mysterious ways. When I asked Casey one of the main things that attracted her to Steve, she said it was his love of family, his commitment to family. That's who he is. I'm sure Stephen's handsome, good looks, cooking ability, work ethic, sport, all those things are somewhere up there, Stephen. But that commitment to family meant so much to Casey. That's how Casey and her sisters were raised, as proud Pennellas by Jeannie and Bill. So I always know that. And I know these two were meant for each other. When I asked Stephen one of the things that he most admired about Casey, he said it was her strength. She was strong. I was like, okay, you want strong? You got strong. We all know Casey is strong. In fact, Casey told me that Grandma Chickie, Bill's mom, once said to her, Casey, if you get any stronger, there's no man out there that's ever gonna want to marry you. Well, it turns out, Casey, there's a man right here, and that's exactly what he was looking for. God works in mysterious ways, the way he brings people together. Speaking of strong, Stephen told me that Bill once pulled him aside, and Bill told me the same story one day. He said, let me tell you something about Casey. Casey can be very strong, Stephen, but I want you to know, she has a heart of gold. Stephen also has a heart of gold, and we know that. I talked to Big Steve and Antoinette, and they told me that Stephen is the type of guy that would give you the shirt off his back. And I think all of you guys know that, right? So you need to give it back. But that's the type of guy he is. It's fitting that he went to a Jesuit high school, Fairfield Prep. And many of you may know the credo of the Jesuits, to inspire one to have a heart for others. It's known as a man for others. So I truly believe that these two are meant for each other. That's who Stephen is, and that's the type of person Casey is. Jeannie told me when Casey was as young as 3 years old, she was so sensitive to her surroundings and others, she would ask while they were driving down the street, even as like a little 3-year-old, Mom, are the headlights on? And then she would ask, Mom, are the doors in the house locked? She was very careful. It became so much that Jeannie coined a name for her, Casey Cop. And Bill loved that name, and that name stuck. So even if Jeannie's giving Casey cookies, she waits there patiently for her sisters to have one as well. That's just the way she is. And by the way, for setting out snacks, remember Steve, according to Big Steve, has a voracious appetite. So just a word for that. The more I've had the pleasure of getting to know Stephen and Casey, the more it's clear they're meant for each other. It really is a special gift when two people from special families come together, and make no mistake, they form their own unique and special family, but it is truly a gift from God. So I think we're all very happy to be up here celebrating with you. And all of you may not be aware of this, but this was a union that was blessed from the very beginning by someone who knows best. In fact, Casey told me when she first met Stephen's Nonna. Nonna turned to Stephen and asked in Italian if Casey was Italian. Stephen's reply, sì, 100%. And Nonna simply said, bravo mangia. What more can we say, everyone? Doesn't that seal the deal? When Nonna gives her blessing, it's official. I think it's time to get you two married. And you've waited long enough. Before Casey and Stephen's vows and exchanging of rings, we're going to hear a reading from the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. This is a well-known passage on love that St. Paul describes as an agape love, where one puts one other's needs greater than their own. So I'm going to ask Uncle Jesse to come forward, and you need to know that Uncle Jesse read this same passage as Big Steve's best man all those years ago at Steve and Antoinette's wedding. So this is a special kind of coming full circle. So he's going to be reading it again today, and Jesse's son, Jesse Jr., is Stephen's best man. So, Uncle Jesse.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Congratulations to this beautiful couple. The first prayer, your prayer, was already answered last night because you said it rehearsal dinner. I pray that it doesn't rain. No. So the true first prayer of today was answered, and I'm very proud and honored to be here to read this prayer. I think it's part of my altar boy upbringing and also Jesuit background. So, if I speak in tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, And if I have faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship, that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil or rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. For where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, we prophesy in part, and when complacency comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Uncle Jesse. Those words are the kind of words that can bind hearts together forever. So remember that. Now it's time. A marriage is a full commitment, made in the deepest sense to the exclusion of all others, entered into with a sincere hope and prayer that it will last for a lifetime. Casey and Stephen, before you declare your vows to each other, confirm that it is indeed your intention to be joined in marriage today. Stephen, do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to Casey in marriage?
I do.
Casey, do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to Stephen in marriage?
I do.
Stephen, please repeat after me. In the presence of our family and friends,
In the presence of our family and friends,
I, Stephen, do take you, Casey,
I, Stephen, do take you, Casey,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
my partner and friend,
my partner and friend,
to join my life with yours,
to join my life with yours,
to laugh with you in joy,
to laugh with you in joy,
to comfort you in sorrow,
to comfort you in sorrow,
to grow with you in love.
to grow with you in love.
I will honor you
I will honor you
and be faithful to you
and be faithful to you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
This is my sacred vow.
This is my sacred vow.
Casey, please repeat after me. In the presence of our family and friends,
In the presence of our family and friends,
I, Casey, do take you, Stephen,
I, Casey, do take you, Stephen,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
my partner and friend,
my partner and friend,
to join my life with yours,
to join my life with yours,
to laugh with you in joy,
to laugh with you in joy,
to comfort you in sorrow,
to comfort you in sorrow,
to grow with you in love.
to grow with you in love.
I will honor you
I will honor you
and be faithful to you
and be faithful to you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
This is my sacred vow.
This is my sacred vow.
Okay, thank you. It's time, Jesse, for the exchanging of rings. Okay. Okay, he just dropped those off there. There we go. There's one for you, and there's one for you. Hold on one second. We did that exchange fairly well. No fumbles at all. Stephen, place this ring on Casey's finger and please repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love.
Wear it with love and joy,
Wear it with love and joy,
as this ring has no end.
as this reign has no end.
My love is also
My love
forever.
is also forever.
Casey, it's your turn. Please place this ring on Stephen's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love.
Wear it with love and joy,
Wear it with love and joy,
as this ring has no end.
as this ring has no end.
My love is also forever.
My love for you is forever.
May the wedding rings you exchange today always remind you of your love for each other and the commitment you made today. Stephen and Casey, by the power vested in me and with all of God's blessings from all of us for a wonderful life together, I now pronounce you man and wife. Stephen, you may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Antenucci.
Yep. So you're welcome. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Right on entries.
How do you do? How do you do? She's too much. That was special. They were so beautiful. What a couple. All right, that was great.
Just wanted to quickly thank you guys for being part of today. The hard part's over. We're married. Now go have fun together and just celebrate as one. So thank you guys again. Anything?
A lot of hard work went into this, mainly led by this one here. And then our moms and our sisters, my parents, everyone here. I said our sisters. I gotta get used to that. But thank you Uncle Walter, thank you Uncle Jesse's outside, thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. Love you all.